Maximizing Social Security benefits. Let's go. I'm Mark King with Modern Wealth Management. I'm a certified financial planner and managing director of our Knoxville, Tennessee location. And I'm going to spend some time with you today talking about Social Security. Social Security is a major part of client retirement plans. It's something that our initial consultation with clients, we always spend time discussing Social Security benefits, discussing claiming strategies, discussing ways to utilize Social Security to facilitate other aspects of our clients' financial plans. But I find Social Security to be often misunderstood. What we know is that most clients receive their information on Social Security from a neighbor or a friend. They might go to the Social Security website. And Social Security is very complicated. A lot of aspects to Social Security. We often get asked questions that are just very complicated and we have to do research. But with regards to financial planning, it's a key part of the financial plan. Making a good decision with the Social Security claiming strategy that you choose. It's an important decision and we want you to make the right decision with regards to Social Security. Oftentimes the conversation goes, well, I'm going to take Social Security as soon as I retire. I'm going to take it the month after I retire because it may not be around in 3 to 5 years. We don't think Social Security is going away. It's a very complicated, messy, political topic. Nobody wants to touch it. And we just don't think it's going away. It's going to be a key part of most everyone's retirement plan. For higher wage earners, for those who have been successful in life, had professional careers, the maximum benefit, if deferred until age 70, can be as much as $4,700 a month. And in just a few years with inflation increases, that will be as much as $5,000 a month. So it might make sense to defer Social Security until age 70. We're looking at all of these different aspects. What's the right age? If you take Social Security at age 62, you've got 1 year to reverse that decision. At one time, we could suspend after we filed for Social Security benefits. Today, you take it early, you have 1 year to back out of that decision. And if you back out, you're going to be paying back those benefits that you received for that period of time. The other thing that's important to know is if you take Social Security benefits early, you are subject to an earnings test. So you're limited to the amount of earnings that you can have as an employee or as a self-employed individual before the Social Security Administration starts to reduce your benefits. That's important to understand. Now, you receive those benefits back if they're reduced once you turn 67 or 66, depending upon when your full retirement age is. You get an opportunity to have that paid back to you. But that's a complicated calculation. And from what I understand, it's even a complicated calculation for some at Social Security. So we talk about those different aspects of Social Security because we often hear that clients just want to take it right away. So why is it important to the plan? Well, one, what if we have two professional individuals, been married for 10 plus years, 25 years, whatever that number may be, and they decide to retire and they retire, let's say at the same time. If they both defer until age 70, they could receive significant amount of income that can be coming in retirement to supplement government or a corporate pension, possibly supplement deferred retirement savings that they set aside for retirement. Taking that at 62, it significantly reduces that amount. So let's talk about drawing early and the plan. So if you draw Social Security at age 62 and your full retirement age is age 66, so if that's your full retirement age and you draw your Social Security benefits at age 62, you're going to get a 25% reduction from your primary insurance amount. So what's primary insurance amount? Primary insurance amount is your benefit at your full retirement age. All calculations for Social Security, almost all calculations are based upon the primary insurance amount. If you were born 1960 or later, your full retirement age will be age 67. And if you take at age 62, that's going to be a 30% reduction in your primary insurance amount. You're going to have a 30% reduction. You're going to get 70% of the PIA if your full retirement age is age 67 and you take your benefits at 62. So as we're planning, we're running different scenarios. We're looking at the impact of, is there a strategy that makes the most sense for the client? how much income does the client need? And is it really important that they draw that Social Security as quickly as possible to provide that income that may be needed? Another aspect of Social Security and financial planning is the survivor benefit. If your full retirement age is age 66 and you retire at age 70, you're going to receive 4 years of an 8% simple interest increase on your primary insurance amount. So if your primary insurance amount is $2,000 at age 66, at age 67, your benefit will be $2,000 plus the additional 8% or $2,160. And on top of that, you're most likely going to receive a cost of living adjustment. And cost of living adjustments are not often factored in to Social Security planning when the individual is taking a look at all of this by themselves. We're going to evaluate the cost of living adjustments. We're going to use a conservative cost of living factor, and you'd be surprised at what your Social Security benefit might be worth in 20 or 25 years. So we've got that survivor benefit. What does that mean? What does that survivor benefit? How does that work? Well, if you defer until 70 and that Social Security benefit becomes that $4,700 or let's say that $5,000 a month in benefits later on down the road, and you pass away, your surviving spouse will receive that $5,000 amount. That can have a huge impact on the spouse's retirement if the primary worker is no longer living. And so we need to take a good long look at survivor benefits and a survivor analysis and make sure we understand how Social Security interacts with that survivor analysis. Another part of the financial plan for a couple, for two individuals, is we have the professional working spouse who's earned high incomes, receiving the maximum benefit, and then we have the stay-at-home spouse. The stay-at-home spouse has not worked, has not accumulated their quarters of Social Security. The stay-at-home spouse has not qualified to receive their own benefit from Social Security. And so what happens in that particular situation? Well, one, the survivor benefit, that higher earning spouse, if they defer until age 70, or even if they take it their primary insurance amount at full retirement age, that benefit will pass 100% to the surviving spouse at their death. And so that surviving spouse is not disadvantaged by losing half or even a larger percentage of that survivor benefit of Social Security. Another aspect is, well, what does that stay-at-home spouse receive based upon what the primary worker received in Social Security? And a simple way of saying it is a stay-at-home spouse who maybe has not qualified for Social Security benefits based on their own work record can receive up to half of the primary insurance amount of the primary worker. Now, this is important. That's the primary insurance amount. That's the amount that the primary worker receives at their full retirement age. Now, there are some other qualifiers that have to be considered. If the stay-at-home spouse takes that benefit early prior to their full retirement age, or if the stay-at-home spouse decides that they'd like to take that benefit before the primary worker has retired, they're not going to be able to receive that spousal benefit. So spousal benefits and survivor benefits are two different things. And then something else that we get into occasionally is the divorced spouse benefit. And all of this can become very complicated, and we need to understand how each of them work together. Each of these particular benefits that might be available to a stay-at-home spouse or either spouse in general, and how they can be claimed and when they can be claimed and what the reduction factors are on those different benefits. Certified financial planner, a good financial plan will evaluate and look at these things and help you make the right decision. So we've talked about, Social Security as a retirement income benefit, talked about Social Security from the aspect of survivor benefits. And then I think there's another important aspect to Social Security, has to do with other aspects of the financial plan. We're big fans of Roth conversions. Roth conversions work well for a lot of individuals. It's a way to pay taxes in today's dollars and not take the risk of paying too much in taxes later on down the road when we have to take required minimum distributions. And by taking Social Security early, well, we don't possibly, but we do. We increase the amount of income that we're paying tax on. And it can minimize the amount of IRA that we can convert into a Roth IRA. So we've got other planning aspects and how they interact with Social Security that become important as well. And then finally, An often overlooked aspect of Social Security, kind of a final aspect of that and the financial plan, is the income-related monthly adjustment amount that Medicare assesses on an annual basis to your Medicare Part B premium. By drawing Social Security early, the percentage of the IRMA that you pay becomes a larger part of the deduction from that Social Security. Another aspect of the income-related monthly adjustment amount is that increases not based on an inflation factor, but based on actual costs that Medicare incurs in the prior year and expects to incur in the coming year. That number has been increasing at a higher pace than, say, actual inflation has. And we've heard this. Healthcare costs increase at a much higher rate than just standard inflation. So Social Security is an important decision. It interacts with several parts of our retirement plan, several aspects of our retirement plan, and we need to make sure that we make good decisions. We need to understand the impact of those decisions on our financial plan. Again, I'm Mark King, Managing Director and Certified Financial Planner with Modern Wealth Management. I'd like to thank you for participating in our session today. If you've heard something that's important to you or relevant to your situation, I encourage you to reach out to Modern Wealth Management. We can schedule a time, talk about your particular situation, and help you make these tough decisions. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe.